Hi there, everyone. So today I'm going to be working on this heuchera ladder here, and I'm going to be preparing some bulbs, spring bulbs, so that next spring, next February, March, April, instead of a heuchera ladder, I'll have a spring bulb ladder. So I'll put the link to the video where I show you how I made this heuchera ladder. I use the term made lightly because I basically just stood the ladder up, and then I've screwed black pots of varying sizes to the rungs of the ladder, and then I just drop pots of plants in. So all of these have been heucheras. Last spring though, I did put some spring bulbs in and it looked lovely, but because it was just a sort of spur the moment idea, I hadn't prepared bulbs in the right size pot, so I only had 1 or 2 pots of bulbs, whereas this autumn I'm thinking going forward I'll just make sure that I use pots this size, plant them up with bulbs of varying colours and sizes, and then I can plop them in. So I'll just give you a very quick guide as to what I did in case you haven't got the time to watch the other video. So I screwed black pots onto each rung of the ladder by just putting a block of wood in the bottom and then screwing through that. And I think that was quite important, because if I just put a screw straight through the plastic, then especially when it's got a large plant in and it's very windy, my garden, that would have just ripped the plastic, ripped the screw out of the plastic. So my husband said, oh, I think you're going to need to brace it with a bit of wood in, so each one has a lump of wood in there. And you can see they're varying sizes. So I've got 2 large black ones on the bottom, and you see I just lift the various plants out, and then they go sort of square round and then alternate, and then on the top I've got 3 large pots. So I've got to make up 11 pots of spring bulbs. Right, so I've got 11 pots, roughly this size. Some of them are smaller. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill them about half full with the compost. And then what I've got here are my packets of bulbs. So I've got some, put my glasses on. Right, so I've got some white crocus, some mascari, I've got some anemone, that one's called Charmer. All these are quite short, 25 centimeters tall, that one. Some purple crocus there, King of the Striped, and some, I'll not even try to pronounce that. Really pretty. Get my pots of earth up. I'm going to write my little labels out in advance. That pen is rubbish. So that in a month's time, definitely 6 months' time, when I just see a pot of earth sitting in the garden, I will know what is in it. So these are my crocus, King of the Striped. And someone was asking what marker pen I use, and I would recommend that one. That's what it looks like. I have no idea what that says. I just ordered it online. And I've tried, let's have a look, which other one did I try? Oh, that one there. So they're both permanent acrylic pens, but that one was rubbish and ran out immediately, whereas this one has stayed nice and white, and I've used it for ages, and I can keep that outside all winter long and it would still have the writing on it next year. I can let you know that. Right, so we'll start with this one, which is the crocus Jeanne d'Arc. So I've got 12 in here, so I think I'll have 2 pots of 6. So for anyone that doesn't know, the flat plate at the bottom is where the roots come out, and it's very easy to tell here. You can see they're already starting to grow 2 little tips coming up there. So I'll just pop that in there. Flat plate on the bottom. Just like that. And then all you do is cover it up with some more compost. Making sure I put my gloves on because I've got a cut on my hand and I don't want it getting dirty. There we go. Stick the label in and pop that outside for the moment, and once I've done all of these I'll give it a good water. Right, just to mix things up, I'm going to put the next ones in a square pot. It's quite fun, this. I've never done this before with little bulbs. I do have a little cart outside my garage door where I put bulbs and little plants, because my borders are quite jam-packed, and if I put little crocus in and things like that, I know they would just get lost in the foliage when spring comes and everything takes off. Right, that's the other one, so that's my other crocus. Whereas once I separate them out and put them into little pots, I can display them, sort of raise them up. Which ones should I do next? Oh, I'll do the Muscari. So I've got 15 of these. Actually, I'm going to put, yeah, I think I'll divide them. So how many have I got here? 15. Put 7 in one, 8 in the other. And you have to check if you get any bulbs out and they've got green mold on them or they feel squishy, you just throw them away, because you don't want to bring disease into your little pot, and they wouldn't do anything anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, one more, 7. There we go. Fill that up. And then I'm not sure where I'm going to put these pots. Oh, there. Muscari. I don't know whether to put them in the cold frame. I think I might. Because I have got some things on the bottom shelf in the greenhouse. I've had something in, a little squirrel or something, and it's tipped all the pots out. They do like to go for the bulbs. Right, I'll do another pot of those. Oh, I do love planting bulbs. I love planting bulbs and sowing seeds. There we go, 8 in that one. You know what I should have got? I should have got some miniature daffodils, shouldn't I? That would have been nice. So these are the anemone charmer. I've got 15 of these. So I'm going to put these in here. Oh, I'd forgotten how unusual anemone bulbs are. Aren't they weird? Right, I have no idea which way up to plant them, so right, there we go. Take the chances. I'm guessing that's the plate where it comes out the bottom. I wonder if I should have soaked these first. No, it doesn't say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It'd be amazing if these come up. They just look so dry and gnarly. I'll give them a good water though. Right, what have we got next? Got that one. I want to really pack them in. 12, actually I put 13 baker's dozen. So they're quite packed in, but I'm imagining that these are going to be quite small and delicate. It's that one. So this isn't taking very long at all, is it? I've been thinking of doing this job for at least a month. Never got round to it. And then it takes, what, 10, 15 minutes? Right, and then I've got these crocus, the King of the Striped. And they're quite sizable, so I think I'll put him in that big pot. And I really don't think it matters if you're packing them in for display purposes. Afterwards, after they've flowered next year, I can take these individual pots out and pop them into the garden if I wanted to. I don't have to keep storing them. Yeah, these are a more sizable bulb. I'll do 2 pots of 6. And I think I may have one gap left, and I could get a few little tete-a-tete. That's it, King of the Striped. It's that one. Right, I need 2 more. I'm going to put 3 crocus in each one, because I know if I wait to get the tete-a-tete, I may have missed my opportunity. There may not be any tete-a-tete in the shops anymore. But even if there were, I bet what would happen is I'd forget, and then I'd get to next spring and I'd have a gap in my display. So yes, I'm just going to put 3 little ones in there and 3 in there. So I'll give them all a good water. And then I'll put them in a drip tray, and I'm thinking I'll put them in the cold frame. Everything's congregating outside the greenhouse so I don't forget it. Over here are some little foxgloves that need planting out. Around the door of my greenhouse, this is a Verbena bonariensis, which was a cutting I took. So any cuttings I take, I like to grow them on in pots the first year, and then the trick for me is to keep them like in a really prominent position, because if I sort of put it to the back of the garden, I'd forget about him, and he wouldn't do very well. This is my beautiful bougainvillea, reminds me of holidaying in Turkey. So I bought him, he did really well, and then all the flowers fell off, and I thought, oh, that's him finished for the year, but then he flowered again. So he's the same. I've potted him into a bigger pot, and I'll keep an eye on him. You see, he is in a pot and he's waterlogged. So I'm going to take him out that pot, and look at that. It just happens so quickly. You get a good downpour, and poor little things, they just drown. So there we go, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and I really do hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope it's given you some ideas for what you can grow, what bulbs you can grow, and where you can grow them, how you can grow them. You know, if you've only got a little balcony space or maybe a tiny patio or anything, you can grow lots of bulbs in pots. And I will put the link to how I made that heuchera ladder in the description box below, and then you just go on and then click on it, and you'll be able to watch that video. It was really simple to do, and it's a good idea in a small space because it sort of raises up all these tiny pots which you might not notice down on the ground, but when they're at eye level, it's they're really noticeable, and it doesn't take much space up at all. So that's it. If you're new to the channel, then a very warm welcome. I do hope you come back and watch my other videos. I will be making videos right throughout the winter. There's always something happening. I use my greenhouse a lot in the winter, more so than in the summer. So there's always something happening, rain, snow, whatever in the garden. So take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.